3 years ago, on the tranquil shores of Jeju Island, a dire situation unfolded. A ship's captain frantically contacts his comrade, warning of the overwhelming threat posed by the island's monstrous inhabitants. With the current team of hunters overwhelmed and on the brink of annihilation, he implores for urgent backup, fearing total devastation. Meanwhile, amidst the chaos, a lone hunter flees from a relentless pursuer, sounding the alarm to his fellow comrades. As they rally together, preparing to confront the impending onslaught, a horde of giant ants descends upon them, launching a ferocious assault. Despite their valiant efforts, the hunter's magic proves futile against the relentless onslaught, as the ants mercilessly pick them off one by one. Witnessing the grim fate befalling his companions, one hunter despairs at the sheer power of their adversaries, realizing their inability to contend with such formidable foes. Amidst the carnage, a ray of hope emerges in the form of Byung, a skilled hunter who arrives in the nick of time, dispatching one of the colossal ants with precision. Harnessing his formidable healing magic, Byung restores his fallen comrade from the brink of death, showcasing the prowess befitting an S-rank hunter. Yet, amidst the chaos, another S-rank hunter, Yun-sok, arrives to lend his thunderous might to the fray, swiftly dispatching the remaining ants. As they stand united against the relentless onslaught, the hunters brace themselves for the ensuing battle. However, their respite is short-lived, as a colossal white ant, presumed to be the leader, emerges to challenge them. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Yonho and Yun-sok resolve to confront the behemoth, leaving their fellow hunters to fend off the remaining assailants. With a coordinated assault, they unleash a barrage of spells, crippling the creature's defenses. Yet their victory is short-lived, as a swarm of white ants emerges, revealing the true extent of their ordeal. Meanwhile, on the distant shores of the island, another S-rank hunter named Choi unleashes his fiery magic, joining the fray against the relentless horde. As the hunters unite in their desperate struggle, the narrator sheds light on the origins of their plight, tracing it back to the emergence of enigmatic portals known as gates. These mystical gateways serve as conduits between Earth and the treacherous dungeons inhabited by monstrous creatures, with conventional weaponry proving futile against these formidable adversaries. Only hunters blessed with awakened abilities can stand against the encroaching darkness. Transitioning to the present day, we are introduced to Sung Jin-woo, a humble E-rank hunter dwelling in the bustling metropolis of Seoul, South Korea. Despite his lowly status and frequent injuries, Jin-woo perseveres, driven by his unwavering resolve to provide for his ailing mother and sister. With his father's disappearance leaving a void in their lives, Jin-woo shoulders the burden of responsibility, venturing into dungeons to eke out a meager existence. Though he shuns the company of his fellow hunters, Jin-woo's compassion and determination serve as his guiding light in the face of adversity. As he prepares for another perilous expedition, Jin-woo's encounter with old acquaintances sets the stage for his journey into the unknown. Amidst the bustling streets of Seoul, Park's curiosity piques as he queries Kim about the enigmatic Sung Jin-woo's prowess as a hunter. However, his anticipation deflates swiftly as Kim nonchalantly dismisses Jin-woo as the weakest amongst them, a mere E-rank hunter who has yet to prove his mettle. Their derision doesn't escape Jin-woo's notice as he overhears their disparaging remarks. Acknowledging his own perceived weakness with a heavy heart, his dear friend Ju-hee's arrival offers a brief respite as she expresses concern for his well-being, prompting Jin-woo to recount his recent misfortune in the perilous dungeons. With President Go of the Hunters Association entering the scene, discussions veer towards the government's interest in harnessing the resources from dungeons for energy production. Magic gems, coveted treasures obtained from slain beasts within dungeons, hold the promise of a lucrative market and potentially revolutionizing energy sources. The prospect of magic gems as an alternative energy source piques the interest of hunters, heralding a new era of exploration and commerce within the dungeons. Venturing into the depths of a dungeon, alongside fellow hunters, Jin-woo's modest preparation is put to the test as he brandishes a humble knife, his resolve unyielding despite the odds stacked against him. However, his valiant effort is swiftly met with failure when his weapon shatters against a formidable foe, leaving him vulnerable to a counterattack. Park swiftly intervenes, dispatching the menacing Green Goblin with a decisive strike of his sword. With the immediate threat neutralized, he directs Joo-hee to tend to Jin-woo's injuries while he lends assistance to others in the group. Meanwhile, the collective efforts of the hunters culminate in the defeat of the remaining monsters, ensuring the safety of all present. As Joo-hee tends to Jin-woo's wounds, her concern for his well-being prompts her to question his choice to become a hunter despite his perceived weakness. She implores him to consider the toll it may take on his health, cautioning against the potential for irreparable harm. Before he can respond, the discovery of another passage in the cave unveils the existence of a double dungeon, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the group. Mr. Song, the group leader, deliberates contacting the Hunter Association to assume control of the raid, citing the inherent dangers posed by the double dungeon. However, seasoned veterans Kim and Park assert their confidence in overcoming the challenge, drawing from their previous success in defeating the dungeon boss. Despite initial reluctance, a divided consensus among the group members compels Jin-woo to pass the deciding vote, driven by his altruistic desire to provide for his family. In the corridors of the Hunter Association headquarters, Mr. Choi expresses satisfaction upon learning of the acquisition of new hunters, emphasizing the importance of recruiting individuals of merit to uphold the association's reputation. Meanwhile, the valorous actions of Cha-hae, the esteemed S-rank hunter, thwart a brazen theft, earning her the gratitude of the victim and the adulation of her devoted fans. Apologizing to Joo-hee for his pivotal vote, Jin-woo braces himself for the daunting challenge ahead as they venture deeper into the double dungeon. However, Joo-hee cuts him off, expressing that her primary concern is not the double dungeon itself, but Jin-woo's safety. She emphasizes that if he were to get hurt again, she might not be able to rescue him. Jin-woo apologizes, but Joo-hee lightens the mood, suggesting that he make it up to her by treating her to a meal next time. As they approach the door of the double dungeon, some hunters feel a sense of dread, but veterans like Kim and Park press forward, determined not to turn back empty-handed. Upon opening the door, the room is illuminated by blue torchlight, revealing strange statues holding various objects and weapons. Jin-woo suspects one of the statues to be the boss. Mr. Song notices a magic circle beneath their feet and inquires about it, but another hunter reassures him, pointing out the dungeon rules etched on a nearby wall. First, worship the god. Second, praise the god. And third, believe in the god. Joo-hee mentions that she feels as though the large statue is observing them, but Jin-woo dismisses her observation. Suddenly, the door slams shut, trapping them inside. When a hunter tries to leave, one of the statues comes to life, gruesomely killing him and sparking panic among the group. Jin-woo, shaken, ponders how a D-rank hunter could be slain so easily in what was thought to be a D-rank dungeon. He realizes the severity of their situation as the large statue's eyes fixate on him, unleashing a deadly laser beam that decimates most of the group. Mr. Song advises everyone to remain still to avoid further attacks. Jin-woo's quick thinking saves many lives, and he tends to Mr. Song's grievous injury by using an armband as a tourniquet. Mr. Song, weakened by his injury, laments Joo-hee's inability to aid them due to her inexperience in challenging raids. He corrects himself, acknowledging the dungeon's true rank as S-rank. A confident hunter, boasting affiliation with a high-level association, meets a fiery demise when he attempts to escape. Jin-woo realizes the significance of the commandment tablet's words and proposes that they adhere to the dungeon's rules for survival. As Jin-woo kneels, the large statue halts its attack, prompting others to follow suit. However, Park's premature assumption of safety is shattered when the statue rises and advances towards them. Jin-woo recalls the commandment to praise the god, and a knowledgeable hunter attempts to do so but is crushed by the statues for his incorrect praise. The situation escalates as the statues mercilessly eliminate more hunters. Shocked by the gruesome fate of their companions, the remaining survivors scramble across the room, seeking refuge below the statues. Park, driven by a desire to protect his family, meets a tragic end as he is cleaved in half by a descending statue. Jin-woo realizes that these statues aren't divine beings but malevolent entities. He notices statues holding musical instruments amidst the weapons and directs the group to seek safety beneath them. As the hunters huddle beneath the musical statues, the soothing melodies prevent the large statue from attacking them. Despite his affection for Ju-hee, Jin-woo, driven by survival instincts, leaves her side to find safety under a different statue. However, his attempt provokes the wrath of the large statue, which begins pursuing him relentlessly. Narrowly escaping its crushing blows, Jin-woo discovers too late that the statue above him wields a shield, sustaining an injury in the process. Desperate to survive, Jin-woo inches towards a musical instrument, narrowly evading the statue's attacks. Realizing that praising the god involves seeking refuge beneath the musical statues, Jin-woo's actions bring a momentary halt to the onslaught. As Ju-hee tends to his wounds, she exhausts her magical reserves, leaving her incapacitated. The large statue conjures an altar within a magic circle, signaling a ritualistic offering. Jin-woo recognizes the ominous significance and the need to act quickly to prevent catastrophe. Mr. Kim takes responsibility for their predicament, offering himself as a sacrifice to appease the statue. As the group huddles within the magic circle, they are confronted with a grim reality: the impending invasion of magic beasts through the gate. Jin-woo formulates a plan to defeat the boss and seal the gate within the time limit. With the revelation of the significance of the flames within the circle, the group grapples with the dilemma of whether to stay and fight or risk leaving. Jin-woo's strategic thinking guides their actions, but Mr. Kim, driven by familial obligations, chooses to depart. Mr. Song, resolved to protect his comrades, urges Ju-hee and Jin-woo to flee while he remains behind. Ju-hee, drained of energy, collapses, unable to move. Jin-woo, refusing to abandon her, entrusts her with a magic crystal for sustenance, promising to return for her once the ordeal is over. Amidst the chaos, Mr. Song makes a courageous sacrifice before carry her with him. As the statues close in on Jin-woo, he bravely challenges them, enduring their torment. Jin-woo reflects on his past, his desire for strength hindered by his perceived weakness. He laments being overlooked despite his efforts to aid others, feeling the sting of unacknowledged sacrifice. In his final moments, as a statue pierces his chest, Jin-woo fervently wishes for another chance at life. Miraculously, a system-like notification appears, offering him the chance to become a player. With little choice, he accepts. Awakening in a hospital bed, his wounds miraculously healed. Two men from the Hunters Association surveillance team, Akira among them, visit Jin-woo, explaining the aftermath of the dungeon incident. They reveal that Ju-hee and Mr. Song are receiving medical care while the others perished. Jin-woo learns of the rare occurrence of double dungeons and the possibility of a second awakening, a phenomenon where hunters transcend their limits. Despite initial hopes, Akira's assessment of Jin-woo's potential is bleak. As Jin-woo undergoes power assessment, Akira speculates on the true nature of the powerful beast they encountered. Jin-woo's hopes of newfound strength are dashed when his power level is revealed to be low. Disheartened, he contemplates the enigmatic game-like screen only he can see. His sister's visit confirms Jin-woo's unique perception of the system interface. Curious, he begins to interact with it, unlocking messages congratulating him on becoming a player and assigning him daily quests. Jin-woo brushes off the quests as trivial until he's faced with the consequences of neglecting them: banishment to a penalty zone. Suddenly, Jin-woo finds himself in a desert landscape, confronted by a formidable foe. The system informs him of the penalty quest: survive for 4 hours against a giant desert centipede. With no other choice, Jin-woo braces himself for the grueling trial ahead. In the vast desert, Jin-woo finds himself fleeing from the looming threat of the gigantic centipede. His heart pounds as he dashes desperately, but just as the monstrous jaws of the centipede seem poised to swallow him whole, a sudden shift in the fabric of reality whisks him away from danger and back to the sterile confines of the hospital room. Staring wide-eyed at his surroundings, Jin-woo comes to a sobering realization. This surreal experience is no mere jest, but a harrowing truth he must confront. Determined to navigate this newfound reality, he diligently embarks on the daily quests laid out by the enigmatic system. With each completed task, he earns rewards, including a vital healing ability that he employs to mend his weary body after rigorous training. Meanwhile, word of Jin-woo's survival reaches Ju-hee through the Hunter Association, sparking a glimmer of hope in her heart. Laden with a basket of vibrant blooms, she hurries to his side, only to overhear murmurs among the hospital staff about his remarkable resilience. Though relieved to see him safe, a flicker of uncertainty clouds her expression, and she silently retreats, unable to bring herself to face him. Seated in solitude, Jin-woo muses on the semblance of a game that governs his reality, where completing quests yields invaluable enhancements to his abilities. Intrigued by the prospect of strength gained through perseverance, he eagerly unlocks a mysterious box, revealing a key that grants access to an instant's dungeon. Ascending to the rooftop, Jin-woo inserts the key into the waiting lock, feeling a surge of anticipation as the door swings open to reveal the dimly lit depths of the dungeon. Yet, as he steps inside, the portal seals shut behind him, leaving him with a stark ultimatum: conquer the dungeon's formidable boss or seek escape through elusive teleportation. Undeterred by the daunting odds, Jin-woo presses onward, navigating the labyrinthine corridors that resemble a forsaken subway station. His resolve is tested when he encounters the very goblins that once left him battered and bruised in a D-rank dungeon. Drawing upon newfound speed and skill, he dispatches the assailants with calculated precision, acknowledging his journey toward strength with each decisive blow. But his mettle is further challenged when a crimson-hued wolf, its steely gaze brimming with malice, blocks his path. Dodging the creature's relentless assaults, Jin-woo recognizes a surge of power within himself. Fueled by his recent victories, with newfound confidence, he engages the formidable foe in a battle of wills, culminating in a decisive strike that earns him both a level up and a formidable title. As Sung Jin-woo struggles to pull his sword free from the ground after his last fight, two fierce red wolves approach him, ready to attack. He desperately tries to get his sword out before they can attack him. Finally, he manages to free it just in time to defend himself against one of the wolves. But his sword doesn't do much against the tough wolf, so he quickly thinks of a plan. Using what's around him, he kicks one of the wolves off balance and then strikes it down swiftly. Seeing his enemy run away scared, Sung Jin-woo takes a moment to feel his growing strength as his level goes up to 2 and his HP increases to 220. He decides he can become even stronger by fighting more monsters, which will help him get rewards and improve his abilities. Picking up something from the wolf, he learns he can sell items for gold coins. This motivates him to get more wealth and better weapons. But before he can think too much, more red wolves appear, and Sung Jin-woo prepares for another fight. With his determination to support his sick mother, Sung Jin-woo fights fiercely, earning the title of Wolf Assassin and getting better at killing monsters. Every victory makes him stronger, and he keeps pushing forward into the dungeon. Outside the dungeon, Ju-hee gets a call from the Hunter Association about monsters appearing nearby. Though she's unsure at first, she decides to help and heads out on a dangerous mission. Meanwhile, Sung Jin-woo faces tougher monsters inside the dungeon. But each fight only makes him stronger and brings him closer to his goal. As he reaches the deeper levels, he can sense a powerful enemy waiting for him. He braces himself for the ultimate challenge ahead. Suddenly, something slithers up from the ground and smacks Sung Jin-woo with its tail, knocking him down. He realizes his sword is wrecked from the attack. The creature turns out to be the king of the swamp, a massive blue snake with venomous fangs. Sung Jin-woo knows it's much stronger than him but still chooses to fight, wanting to test its limits. The blue snake lunges at him, and Sung Jin-woo swings his broken sword, but it doesn't even scratch the snake's steel-like body. The snake throws him into the water and tries to slam him with its tail, but Sung Jin-woo dodges. It traps him momentarily, but he breaks free, declaring he's not afraid of it like he was of the god statues. Summoning all his strength, Sung Jin-woo attacks the snake with his hands, tearing its body and eventually snapping its neck, killing it. A notification pops up, declaring him the dungeon boss conqueror and boosting his power. He also earns rewards, including a C-rank dagger with venom and a paralyzing ability. Feeling a bit stronger, Jin-woo is sent back to the real world as the dungeon returns to normal. On his way home, he notices the streets are deserted. A soldier stops him for violating curfew but recognizes him as a hunter. He learns that hunters are battling a monster from a gate. Deciding to help, Jin-woo joins the soldier, sensing the aura of a C-rank monster ahead. As he arrived at the battleground, hunters were locked in a desperate struggle against a colossal stone monster, their efforts barely making a dent in its impenetrable exterior. Amidst the fray, he spotted Jin-woo, her healing magic poised to aid her comrades. However, a shadow of fear flickered across her face, a haunting memory holding her back. With resolve burning in his eyes, Jin-woo unleashed his power, hurling a shattered blade with precision towards the monstrous foe. Seizing the opportunity, the hunters unleashed a torrent of attacks. But before their eyes, the monster shattered into countless fragments. Their leader, bewildered by the sudden turn of events, sought answers about the mysterious sword and its wielder. Yet, before he could inquire further, Jin-woo had vanished from sight, leaving behind a trail of disbelief in his wake. The leader couldn't shake the feeling that they had just witnessed the work of an S-rank hunter. As the dust settled, a stunned Jin-woo uttered the name that echoed through the stunned crowd, Jin-woo. Later, within the confines of a hospital room, Jin-woo embarked on his daily routine of quest training, sweat mingling with determination as he performed his exercises. The knock at the door interrupted his regimen, heralding the entrance of a nurse whose gaze lingered appreciatively on his chiseled physique. As Jin-woo exchanged pleasantries with the nurse, her gaze betrayed a newfound admiration for his physical prowess. She tentatively requested his phone number, a blush coloring her cheeks, and he obliged, assuming it was for the mundane task of sharing test results. The following day, Jin-woo's sister Jin-ah remarked on his improved physique, prompting a playful exchange between the siblings. As she prepared to depart, Jin-woo ensured she was equipped with an umbrella, a small gesture of care amidst their banter. Alone once more, Jin-woo contemplated his progress, his thoughts drifting to the status system that governed his newfound abilities. Despite his transformation, he remained steadfast in his determination to avoid becoming a bulky powerhouse, opting instead to allocate his points strategically. A sudden call shattered his reverie, a reminder of his precarious financial situation. Promising to meet his obligations, Jin-woo reflected on his ambitions, fueled by the desire to ascend the ranks of hunters. Yet as he pondered the lucrative rewards of monster hunting, the reality of his E-rank status loomed large, presenting a formidable obstacle to his aspirations. Venturing outside, Jin-woo encountered Wang Dong-suk, a fellow hunter in need of assistance for a C-rank gate expedition. Despite the derision of Dong-suk's teammates, Jin-woo remained undeterred, recognizing the value of unity in the perilous depths of the dungeons. As they gathered at the entrance of the daunting C-rank gate, Jin-woo received a reminder from Wang Dong-suk that his role was not to fight but merely to bolster their numbers. Despite the daunting prospect of the mission, Jin-woo was offered a sum of 2 million won for his participation, a tempting incentive for the struggling E-rank hunter. With a contract in hand, Jin-woo observed the composition of their party, noting the mix of C-rank and D-rank hunters. However, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease, knowing that a minimum of 10 members, with at least half being C-rank, was required for such a perilous venture. Nonetheless, he signed the contract, resigned to his fate. Dong-suk delegated the task of equipment handling to Jin-woo, who silently assessed his companion's capabilities. Among them was Jin-ho, whose ostentatious armor hinted at a privileged background, much to Jin-woo's silent amusement. As they made their way towards the gate, Jin-woo shared his knowledge about the significance of magical energy levels in determining the danger posed by dungeon gates. Despite his assurances, a sense of trepidation gnawed at him as they crossed the threshold into the unknown depths. Their journey into the dungeon was punctuated by discussions of wealth and the allure of magic crystals, a testament to the hunter's collective ambition. However, their camaraderie was short-lived, as the tranquility was shattered by the sudden appearance of hostile creatures. Red spiders descended upon them, prompting a swift and coordinated response from the group. Sung Jin-woo's keen observation revealed a disturbing detail. The spiders had been tainted by powerful magic, indicating the presence of a formidable foe nearby. Though Dong-suk urged caution, Sung Jin-woo sensed a deception at play, prompting him to question Jin-ho's origins. Unfazed by Sung Jin-woo's skepticism, Jin-ho assured him of his abilities, a claim that would soon be put to the test. Their exploration led them to the lair of the dungeon boss, its vast hoard of mana crystals a tantalizing prospect for the hunters. Yet, Sung Jin-woo's hopes were dashed when he discovered the true terms of his contract, a stark reminder of his status as a mere pawn in their game. Dong-suk outlined their plan to secure the crystals and defeat the boss, leaving Sung Jin-woo and Jin-ho to guard the treasure while the others retrieved the necessary equipment. Despite their misgivings, they were reassured that the boss would remain dormant as long as they didn't provoke it. As their companions departed, leaving them vulnerable in the heart of the dungeon, Sung Jin-woo's mind raced with suspicion. Memories of past warnings resurfaced, painting a grim picture of the dangers lurking within the labyrinthine depths. His worst fears were realized when the dungeon boss stirred from its slumber, its imposing presence a stark reminder of their precarious situation. With resolve hardening in his heart, Sung Jin-woo readied his dagger, prepared to face the looming threat head-on.